had a black guy before. Like they always like that's real life shit. Like do you guys have big dicks really? Like I'm like
they have that.
I mean,
yeah.
Like yeah, but yeah. So anyways, on topic. So for me, I don't really care. It's like, do you like? It's like your own preference. But I care about is when people put down other races and like to like try to like choose like like say I don't date black guys or girls because they're ghetto or ratchet and that kind of shit. That's when it gets stupid. It's like, come on. Like, there is no, like, trait that is shared by every race besides, for everybody of a race besides their skin color. So, that's
deep. That's deep. So, y'all hit these comments up. Let me know how you guys feel about interracial relationships. Are you for them? Are you against them? Do you have a feeling toward them or anything like that? If you know me, which half the people in here should, you know good and well I'm with interracial relationships. I think I've dated more white guys than I have black guys. I don't think that I know that. I know for a fact I have. When it comes to just to let y'all know, I'm not gonna put him on camera, but there is someone behind the camera. You wanna say hi?
What up?
Rob on the cob is in the building. So if y'all see us like looking up at him, and just don't be, Casper's not back there, you feel me? When it comes to interracial relationships, it's hard for me to say. I know that a lot of the time when me and Dorian are talking about interracial relationships, I'm like, I prefer to date white guys, and it kind of gets to him when I be like, I have a preference. He'd be like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Because it don't make sense.
But it does though. Like the other day, I was talking to Courtney. Courtney, you know, the one that co-hosted last time?
Yeah.
I was talking to her, and we were talking about her situation, and we just came to the conclusion, like, when you date white guys, like, dating them, and I feel bad saying this, but it's like, no. Because when I'm talking like this, it comes down to, like, how we are treated. Okay. So when I date white guys, they take care of everything. And I don't want it to be like when I'm going out with a black guy, like I'm going out with him for money or anything like that. But at the same time, when I'm going on a date, it's super nice for me to not have to pay for anything. It's super nice for me to not have to, like, they look at me like, what the fuck are you pulling your wallet out for? Like, don't disrespect me like that. You know what I'm saying? When I go on dates with black men, it is not the case. They be like, all right, so you got your half? You like,
that's wild. I pay for every single date I've ever been on, even if I take a L. I just pay, like, and I don't do nothing about it. Like, it isn't my skin color. It's just how I am. It's how I was raised.
For the most part, majority. Right. We feel a certain type of way. But and how long does that last though?
What do you mean? Like for every day?
Right.
So she's like steps in and says, no, I got this one or something like that. If she like insists on paying her half or paying for the whole thing, then by all means. But until that happens, I'm paying for it. That's just how I operate. Like,
okay.
And most of my friends are the same way. Like, they're the same way. Like, they don't. But I have heard both sides though. Like the guys who are like, well, like she was a lame date, like whatever. So like,
so I didn't pay for it.
Like to like pay or whatever. But I don't know. Me, I pay for all of them, and it's like that is not a trait that I feel is only for that only white dudes do. Because like I met some that are like, fuck no, I ain't paying for that date. Like I seen posts on Instagram where a dude Venmos like request his date because he was lame and he was white. So it's like
we're gonna talk about black. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about just races dating inside their race and what that connection is like as well. Cuban girl, when I be in Miami, let me tell you.
Miami is where it's at, man.
Let me tell you.
Oh, my God. I be in love.
All right. Like, sure. They hola, mami.
Yeah,
I be like, hola.
Puerto Rico.
Ignorant. All right. My sister says, I love my black men too, but for those who don't, yes, please leave us some good ones out here. Go and get out the black man pool, boy, for me. You ignorant. Courtney, I'm I don't know how much you feel about me putting anything out there. But tell me about your experiences. Why do you feel that way? Would you date a Cuban guy? Would you date a Puerto Rican? Would you date a white guy? Talk to me about that. So we're gonna come back to Kita's question, or what Kita says.
Puerto Ricans and Cubans are black, but I'm not gonna get into that.
They not gonna claim that.
Yes,
they're not gonna claim it. So
they're the ones not claiming it, but it's true. It's facts.
Taki, what's the deal, my girl? I do think that black men understand me better. So I'm going to go ahead and pin Lou's comment as well, because that does go with dating inside the race. All right. So right now, the two people that you're talking to have the same kind of mentality. We don't care. We don't have necessarily a feeling about interracial dating. Like, it's not something that we're just like, oh no, I don't like it, or like we're both all for it. We don't have like a negative feeling toward it. I was saying that a lot of the time, in my experience, I'm just going to say in my experience, because he said that in his experience, he's paid for all the dates. I just feel like when I go out on dates with white guys, they just treat me, they just make me feel wanted. And maybe it's because we've had this conversation before too. They feel like I'm a novelty, like I'm just.
I believe that.
Yeah.
It happens often. Like, white guys be like, I've never had a black guy before. Like, they always, like, that's real life shit. Like they be like, do you guys have big dicks really? Like, I'm like
they have that.
I mean,
yeah.
But
So I know that a lot of the time when we talk about interracial dating, I've talked about it. I've talked to my sisters about it. I've talked to my friends about it. How, and even there's, you saw that YouTube video with that guy that was really adamant about black women dating black men and black men dating.
Yeah.
I get it. They're like, okay, if you date outside your race, they don't understand the struggle.
Right.
If you date outside your race, there's something missing. There is no connection at some point, something like that. So I kind of wanted to touch on if anybody has dated interracially. Do you feel that way? Do you feel as though when you are dating another race that you don't connect on that social aspect? Like, you don't feel like deep down in your bones that they feel you, like they feel the struggle that you go through every day. So Dorian, I'm not sure about you, like when you're dating interracially, do you feel like there's a disconnect?
Yes, there can be. I've only dated like black girls and Hispanic girls, so we're already pretty similar at being with Hispanic people. But it's like, for me, it's like the connect. Yeah, like that is important. Like they need to understand the struggle we go through and about like and how we live, basically, because it's important. But I feel like now we're in a time where everybody knows like about it. It's those who choose to disregard that or ignore that or like it never happened or they don't care about it who are the problem. But most people of all races can be allies and still understand our struggle and still be with us too. And there are some like people who are Hispanic who grew up like in the hood too, So they kind of have these same experiences.
Robert, either stay in or stay out.
Yeah, but that's my piece on it, basically, though. Like, it doesn't really matter, because like we're in a time now where even if they don't know the struggle, it can be taught to them. Like, you can teach them, and like they see it by being with you, and then like from there, they either choose to be an ally or they leave you.
Steph, you eat grits?
So no.
No.
Oh shit.
No,
I'm
sorry, I don't.
Alright, so I'm a black guy from Mississippi, and she's from fucking Colorado, and this is my love. I'm her love. And what was your question about the thing?
So for one, somebody already had a question for y'all.
Alright, what's the question?
What's some of the problems for you that you guys face as an interracial couple?
So many, man.
Like what?
For instance, we're just different.
Well, so
Super
like
different.
one thing that I've really noticed is that there's times where we go out, and I think maybe out in Colorado more so than in other states. You.
Ignorant.
Gym life, you feel me? Stay in that gym.
But no, like we will go places, and there's a lot of times where I think it's still new for him to see interracial couples. So
Really? Is that true?
Sometimes, because I'm from the South, and that's just like unspoken of or unheard of, to be honest. And like if you do see it, it's very rare. You know, like it's not like an everyday thing where you just walking down the street.
It's not like accepted.
Yeah, definitely not accepted. But like here, it's just like so freely, and as Colorado, you know, that's why it's so free. But like, one thing I faced pretty much has been
they know what you're talking about.
Yo, I just
we
went
had
to
sake.
Yeah, there we go. See,
it's my birthday. So.
Yeah, so pretty much, man. It's just we different. We're just two different people. You know, we come from two different backgrounds. You know, I'm from the South.
We were just
She's
talking
from
about this in the car.
East Coast. I mean, the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we're just different, you know. And like, it's just one of the things where like, if you really like fuck with the person the long way, you just like learn how to like learn that person. They learn how to learn you, and it's just like you guys intertwine as a one. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I think that's probably like the best. You know, it's probably better to have an interracial relationship because like it's just something that you're not really used to. You feel me? Like it's something that. You know, it's just you have to get used to it.
Out of the box.
Yeah, you get a chance actually as a grown up and an adult to fucking pretty much just step out of the box and like learn somebody else in a different culture and just different everything. You feel me? And it's super different. But I'm digging it.
It takes
a
lot to learn each other on a deeper level than just where you come from because we are very different people and we're not like it's just not like we wouldn't be each other's norm. Like
honestly, man, it's just to the point where like you just gotta like. Just be patient, pretty much, man. It's all about patience, you know. And if you're patient, then everything will work out in the end, no matter what. So I'm about to go get more drunk. I appreciate y'all for listening. And,
what if I have more questions?
Oh, I'm with it. But I'm about to ask Dorian what a drink.
That was one question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
all right, I'm gonna ask Steph. Go get you a drink. I'm gonna ask Steph question. And you cut her off anyway, so you finish your question.
Come on, man.
I do need a drink though because.
All right, he'll get you one.
Yo, also happy birthday to my love. She just turned 22 today.
It's Steph's birthday. What up?
We're celebrating all weekend.
You know how you be a hibachi, right? Okay. Yeah, like they have like a little bar.
Y'all go over there. He's so loud right now.
Yeah.
Always.
They took you're right. Two of them.
So what was you were saying? Like, is it just for him, or what about for you? 5. Like, what are some of the bigger things that you
I did like 7
have struggled with?
I mean, I think it's pretty like you know, I'm kind of on the same level with him when it comes to being because, like I said, we were just talking about this in the car. Like we are from two very different places. We come from very different people. Like our lives wouldn't have intertwined other than it worked. They wouldn't have intertwined. Right. So it's just interesting because as a couple, when we first started, it wasn't anything that was extremely serious. Like, it wasn't anything that was like, all right, this is gonna go anywhere.
Right. You can look at the camera.
And then I don't want to.
Okay. It's not good.
And then it ended up going somewhere, which it happens, and then you kind of just have to go with the flow. But the deeper into something that you get, the more that you realize your differences with each other, and you can either choose to work through them, or you can just call it what it is.
That's real.
At the bed. So. It like I was saying, it takes a lot to learn somebody deeper than just what's on, the surface.
Yeah. Do black dudes have bigger dicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess depending. Because this is the thing, though, is you talk about porn a lot, and so I think that
you said I talk about porn a lot?
Yeah.
I had one thing for porn. I talked about porn one time. Maybe 3 times.
Okay. So anyway, sex in general. Yeah. So I think that anybody who is,
well endowed.
Well, anybody who, does their own experimenting, knows that, whatever you see on the internet is a lot different than what you get in person. So I think that it depends. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. The people that I've been with anyways, probably, no, it doesn't come close, so. I'm just gonna say.
Okay. Gotcha.
One thing I had experience on,
her background?
Her background is like, I don't know, man. They're very...
Don't say they're...
White women are very understanding, man. Or, not even understanding, but just different, Just super different. Like, they're not, yeah, I fucking cut your throat. You feel me? If you do some stupid shit.
You want to know why? Because white women will put fucking bleach in your drink. They don't come for you all aggressive way. Yeah,
we all come for you, but we come in a different way.
You seen that white woman put Visine in her husband and slowly killed him?
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
She did what?
This woman put Visine in her husband. What, water?
Yeah.
And it's water, and it fucking poisoned him. I'm not gonna do that to you, but.
So yo, stay with your race. Like, don't do what I'm doing. I'm setting myself up for the failure, man. You feel me? I'm sorry.
Was there something about Will's background that you had said?
Culturally.
Not really though, no, because this is the thing is I didn't just live in Colorado. Like I lived in Arizona too, and I think that was a huge culture shock for me when I was so like when I lived out here, I lived in Firestone, and it's a bunch of white people. Like it's not, you really don't have a mix of different people. So then I went out to Arizona and I lived in a community where I was like one of the only white people. You have a ton of Mexican people, a ton of, or Hispanic people.
You were the minority.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. And I think that was kind of like my big culture shock, and it doesn't, now being back in Colorado and knowing that we're more diverse than we were, before, 10 years ago.
Right.
However long ago. I think that it's not as big of a deal for me to, be.
I'm good. I love you. We just got like a couple more 30 more minutes.
I mean, I appreciate it though because I haven't actually been in like a full-blown relationship, like an interracial relationship before. Like I've, been with different people, but it's never been something, to this level. So it is a lot different. You do have to learn each other. You do have to.
But what I think the question is like, what in particular is like the thing that you have to learn about me?
Let's do this. What stood out the most?
I think my personality.
For him, anyways, I think that he's on a whole different level of energy than I am. Like I'm kind of like just he's way up here. So I think that kind of clashes sometimes, and it took me a minute to kind of get used to it. He's extra all the time, like
vacuum cleaner,
and even when he's asleep, like it's a lot.
Right.
Not serious.
So you guys, all I know is give me another question. Someone. I need something to like talk about. Actually, I would like to talk.
Is this your first interracial relationship? You go first. Who else you been? Was this not your first white girl?
This is my first white girlfriend, white Hispanic girlfriend, and it was definitely different than all like the other interracial relationships because it was just fucking different, man.
Who else have you dated? Like, what other races have you dated?
I would rather not say.
Why?
Because I would rather not, like, get myself into any trouble. So.
For the races that you dated, you're not putting no names out there, just the races.
Brazilian, Dominican, Puerto Rican,
you like
West
Latin
Indian.
ladies.
That's pretty much it. Couple Haitians.
Okay.
They black as fuck.
They really.
Jamaicans.
They black as fuck.
That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much
what
it.
about you, Steph?
This is my first. I mean, I've dated, Hispanic guys before, but that's as far as it goes.
But you're also
really.
Hispanic a little bit.
A little bit. I'm
Half
white
as hell.
than
She had.
Half as hell.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, they're different. We get that.
Yo, we're super different. We're super different.
Women gotta take that.
It's different.
What?
Like how?
Well, no, but it's like
I think I
that's
don't have that in them.
I don't know.
Okay, that makes
is it?
sense. So she said, so you know how you were like, not all, I mean, it's different because white women are understanding. They not like, like that.
Yeah.
I think that all races have that in them. If you push them, if they're passionate about the relationship, then you
All right,
can
so let me
bring
clarify
the
what I
crazy
mean.
out.
So Stephanie is more like, she's really understanding, like she's really caring.
I think that's a Stephanie trait.
Yeah, so like I don't know if it's just like a her or like a white, but like just her period.
It's a her.
It's just super different. You feel me? Like,
Do you see what's happening here? But everything that I said earlier is coming to pass. Like, you can't name one thing about one race that is universal to that whole race.
Agreed, because...
No, I don't think so. I don't think so either. I kind of had a hard time answering that question, too, because, like I said, there's really, like, you can find something different that's similar to other people and everybody.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you
see the
grew
emoji?
up...
So, you know
no,
what?
wait, hold
the
on.
emoji?
Back up. But you know what? When you grew up, you had grits, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had grits. You had grits?
I had grits, but I didn't like grits.
But you had them, and if you didn't want them, you was gonna, like... If you didn't want to eat the grits,
I had to eat the grits.
there it is. Point blank. Yeah, you wasn't eating. If you wasn't eating nothing else, if you wasn't eating the grits,
I had to eat the
you know
grits,
what I'm
man.
saying?
No,
Like,
for
I
sure.
wasn't eating if I didn't eat the grits.
This is what I'm gonna say is that I think I really can't answer that question yet because I haven't been back home with him. Like I don't know. Like I've only been in Colorado, so he's been in you know my situation, my place, my comfort zone, and he might have some kind of.
More
he
exposure
might,
to,
right, a different kind of opinion about it because he's been here, but I haven't been back there yet. So I really don't know. I've been here and I've been to Arizona and I've a couple of, but nothing. I haven't been home with him, right? Exactly. So.
Alright, I'm low key whitewashed now. I ain't even black no more.
Shut up.
Get out. Get out.
Where's the
so
sunken
you
place?
are with the white woman because Black Queen holds black men accountable to the kings we're supposed to be?
No, I'm not necessarily. I'm not saying that I'm being put into a place or I'm being like. What? Hold on. Let me just see what you're saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Basically, what he's asking you is that are you with a white woman because she doesn't like hold you to a certain standard that a black woman would?
See, you'll be surprised. Like she really does. Like she's pretty much like one of the ones who like. She actually holds me to a standard. Like I make more money than everybody in this room besides G.
No, I'm broke.
But no, like she makes sure like I have situations in my life where like I would probably like look over them, but she's like, look, you gotta deal with this shit. You gotta like you gotta like hold your own. You gotta take care of your business. Like she's not the one to just like let shit go. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take care of you.
Yeah, she's not that type of person. She's more of like she's like my backbone, low key. You know what I'm saying? She's just like you got to make sure you straight in life as well as me. Not even just me, cause she's her own independent woman. Like before anything, she's independent herself. But she just makes sure that like I'm on my shit as well. You feel me? Like I never had that. I always had the women that are like I need this, I need that, or. If you ain't got this, then I don't even want to do with you. You feel me? She's just more understanding of what I got going on and who I need to be in life. You feel me? And I appreciate that shit. So I never had that shit. So that's why I'm more forthcoming of like that's what I want right now. She's who I want right now. Not no black queen.
It's not because
black,
she's black.
fuck,
it's not
no,
because she's white. It's
not that queen shit. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a king. She's a queen. Everybody in this room are king and queens. You feel me? It's just like I'm not the type of person to just say like but no, man, just no.
That's gonna go for Dorian as well.
What?
Do you feel like when's the last time you dated a black woman?
About 4 years ago. It was my last girlfriend.
Your last girlfriend?
Oh,
jeez. Do you feel like matter of fact, just in general, not necessarily just for y'all two specifically, do you feel like black men date other races because they want a more subservient woman?
I have heard that. I have heard that, like, black guys say,
we not in the hood, so I don't know why he's jumping. I don't know why he's jumping like that.
yo, hold up.
Yo, we in it. Colorado is suburbs on top of suburbs, and even the hood is the suburbs. You feel me? Like,
all right, so go ahead on.
All right.
He acted
They don't got my ass. They'll come from me.
who?
Come on, fool.
The clan ain't here, yo.
Like I've heard like black dudes make the argument like they go to white girls because black girls are like they got attitudes and all that shit. And again, I don't agree with that. Like
I don't either.
It doesn't apply to all black girls. Like all black girls are not quick tempered attitude girls.
What was that question?
It's the ones that like they're talking to that are like that. So even guys that say that shit to me are wrong. It's like, oh, my like black queens aren't good enough because they're arguing and like they're demanding, like they're not submissive. I'm like, what? Like, you gotta find one that is. Like, if you're really looking for
It's
it.
like you have to find a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not, you don't have to find a black woman. You don't have to find a white woman. You don't have to find a Mexican woman. You have to find a woman
That's
is
right.
tailored
And that's
to
why
you.
I say, like when I'm dating and like searching for like a girl, race is never a factor for me.
Never.
Because like in the end of like the day, it don't mean shit. It's just like the color of like your own skin. It doesn't mean shit. So
there's another question for y'all.
What's that?
For Steph,
I
really.
just speak up on it if it happens.
Steph, how does your parents react when you brought Will home?
I think that because it was my first. I think that because it was my first interracial relationship, I think that they may have been like a bit like surprised at first just because I had only been introducing them to Hispanic people. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like he's just as much a part of our home as anybody else.
All right, so I'm gonna
like, like at the end of the day, like my parents aren't concerned
they fucking
about
love me.
who I'm with. My grandparents might be a different story though. Like to be honest,
you haven't met. They haven't met.
No, so he's met my dad, my brother. He's met my dad's side of the family. He hasn't met my mom's side of the family.
The white side of the family.
And that is my white side of the family. Mm-hmm. And I think that maybe my mom's grandparents or my mom's parents would react different than my dad's parents do. But at the end of the day, too,
it is what it is. Anything I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things what we have to deal with. Like, if you're willing to like be with the person you're with, you got to deal with those type of things because like it's not something that they're used to or my family's used to. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's different all the way around the board. All the way around the board. So it's like if you're willing to go through that and like be there for the person, you gotta be willing to like deal with what they got forthcoming.
So I have a question for y'all then. How much weight does that put on the both of you? So say that it turns out that your grandparents are like, you can't bring him home. He can't come back to my house. How much weight does that bear?
I'm okay with it, to be honest.
I mean, I think it puts a lot of weight on any relationship, whether you're in an interracial relationship or not. If somebody in your family that you care about and cares about you tells you, you know what, I don't like the person that you're with, it, cuts anybody deep. So I think that, I think that that's just when it comes down to making the choice. Like, do you want to go through that with this person? Is that person worth it or are they not? Because if they're not, and you're not willing to, go through those hardships with your family and your friends and, in your workplace or wherever it's at, in public and, just in society in general, then I don't think that it's not going to work out for you. But if you're, somebody who's resilient to those types of things and you can, do that for yourself, then I think it's a different type of a situation.
How much weight does that put on you?
Me? Yeah. My family fucking loves her.
But so what if you brought what if it didn't? What if they were like, well,
nah, so it's not even like a what if, because from day one I kind of took my mom about her because I felt a different way about this girl than like anybody in a long time because honestly, bro, I wasn't like necessarily like this type of relationship type of guy, you feel me? And then like I started talking to her and then like it was like different, so I was like, oh shit, this shit may turn into some different shit. Mm-hmm. So I like told my mom about her like instantly, and my mom was like, okay, I fuck with her, you fuck with her, I fuck with her. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and then I don't really talk to my dad. Y'all know how that go, you feel me? y'all know how that go, man. So pretty much my family, my family that I know of and shit like that, they're really like they're down for her. They're really cool with her.
I think we're lucky though to have people who are supportive because it's a lot harder to go through an interracial relationship.
That sounds like some porn.
I know, I'm sorry. When you don't have people that are there to support you and like let you know that there are people that really don't give a shit about those kinds of things because I think that a lot of times when you have so many people standing against you, it can be hard to
overcome anything.
Right. Like stand by your decision.
Right. All right, y'all. So it's been a long little talk. We got to speak to a interracial couple, which I think that was very insightful. I still have like feelings about that connection because before they came, we were talking about how we don't really connect necessarily on a social level. Like when I'm speaking with, or if I'm dating like a white guy and on TV there's another black person being shot down by the police, they're like, oh, well,
It is what it is.
Right. When I'm feeling that in my soul,
you know
exactly. They ask the stupid questions like that. So I think I don't know if there's gonna be a part 2 to this or what, but I'm so glad that we only got 6 seconds left.
All right, I'm sorry, y'all, but I just want to say this right here.
2.